Hi, I'm Ivory. Thank you for joining me here today. The topic today is be the kind of person you want in your life. First, I want to say hello to my listeners in Olathe, Kansas. Thank you so much for being here week after week. Your support means a lot to me. And I know if you keep listening, you're getting something out of it. And that's why the angels guided me to begin this podcast to begin with. Yes, 9 years ago, I was in a dark night of the soul, and they were like, Ivory, you need to write a book. You need to host a show. And I was in no position to do it then, but I did start it about 7 years ago, maybe a little bit more, and it's been on varying platforms, but it's worked out here the best, I think. Okay, so I want to start with this topic because I have a lot to say about it. Let's talk about looking for great people. Often clients see me because they're looking for a wonderful love interest, and that is the most common reason. So I'm going to begin there. I ask them to list the traits they seek in a romantic partner, and then I ask them if they have those same traits to offer. It gets the wheels turning for them because it's one thing to know what you're looking for, and another to work on making sure your energy can attract that type of person. Do you have the energy that lures in a wonderful person? So when you raise your frequency, become more positive, give more love, and you're more open, you attract an entirely different kind of person. So if you're like me and you were in a position, or you are, where you attract narcissists and other people who are emotionally unavailable, this is something that would really help you break that cycle. Start by asking, are you the type of person others want to be around? It's so simple, but it's a good place. It's a good foundation to begin with. Let's talk about how to be the type of person you want to meet and start cultivating positive relationships in your life, and all kinds, not just romantic, but friends, business associates, all of the above, acquaintances. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher. Get rid of toxic people in your life. Cultivate relationships with others who lift you up. Surround yourself with those who reflect the kind of person you want to be. So if you're around people and you feel better after you've been with them, you can model yourselves after them because they must have really good energy. Choose friends you are proud to know, people you admire, who love and respect you, people who make your day a little brighter simply by being in it. And I'm sure specific people come to mind when you hear me talk about this. It is for me. Relationships are supposed to help you, not hurt you. After all, life is too short to spend time with people who suck the happiness right out of you. When you free yourself from negative people, you free yourself to be you. And being you is the only way to truly live. Take it from a person who's always marched to their own drum. While you're looking for the right love, great friends, or people who can be like family for you, you can ask yourself this: what am I doing to lift other people up? Am I the type of person others like being around? They seek my company. Negative thinking, settling for second best, and unhealthy habits are contagious. But you know what else is? Self-improvement, positive living, healthy habits, and choosing happiness. And it is a choice. Want to be an inspiration to others and lift them up? Start by improving yourself first. It always begins there. You can only change yourself. You can improve your community just by starting with yourself. So here's some great ways to be the type of person you want to meet. Positive and negative habits are contagious, just like negative thoughts. The good news is that personal growth, a positive lifestyle, and happiness are also contagious. The way you live affects the people around you. And that's why it's important to be the kind of person you want to meet and include in your life. The principal habit that you should develop in learning to show the love that you feel for those around you. Most people won't remember what you said to them, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. Have you heard that quote before? Think about it. It's really true. Most people aren't human tape recorders, but they remember a feeling. So show your love by guiding, supporting, and generally just being there for the people you care about. Get feedback from others. It can be scary and even painful. Perhaps a variety of people have already given you feedback on what you are like to be around. Hopefully they said, I love being around you. You make me feel better. I feel better after I've been with you, or you make me so happy. But it could be negative too. And all of that feedback is helpful, even negative. Take note of what people say and be open to giving it serious consideration. Even if you don't like it, even especially if you hate it, especially if you have a strong initial reaction, there might be something there. Most people will not tell you when you are exhibiting negative character traits. So when they do, it's a gift. Even if it doesn't feel like it at the time, it is a gift. If you need to, ask a few trusted friends or family members to tell you the main traits they see in you and what it's like to spend time with you. And they need to be honest. And then there can be no recriminations from you for whatever they say, because they're being honest. They're giving you a gift here. Once you have that feedback, you can reflect on it and begin to make the changes necessary. So let's start with being respectful and friendly. Gosh, who doesn't like that? Friendliness is a must. There is no group or characteristic that justifies poor treatment or a lack of respect. Treat everyone with the same respect that you'd give to your grandmother and the same patience you'd have with your children. Of course, it's not so easy with people who don't give you a reason to feel sympathetic. In these cases, remember that you cannot change people just because you don't like the way they are. Honestly, you can't change them at all. You'll never change another person, only yourself. So try to accept the person the way they are and give them the support that they need, or don't have them in your life. Next, keep your promises. Tell the truth. Very simple. If you say you're going to do something, do it. If you say you're going to be somewhere, be there. And if you say you feel something, mean it. If you can't do it, you won't do it, you don't do it, then don't lie. It's always better to tell people the truth up front. You don't need to go into the details, but just be truthful. Don't play games with people's hearts and heads. Remember, love and friendship should not hurt. Lying, cheating, and playing games with people's feelings and emotions hurts them. Never mess with someone's feelings just because you're unsure of your own. Always be open and honest. Think about the times that somebody hurt you by lying to you, deceiving you, or tricking you in some way. If you didn't like that they played with your feelings, don't do it to other people. Remember the golden rule, do unto others as you would have done unto you? I learned that when I was 4 or 5. Here's a quote. Life is quite simply a matter of cruising along in your own little boat through a constantly changing but never-ending stream of promises. And how many do we remember? That's Henning Mankell who said that. It's better to promise less and do more. In business, there's a saying like, it is really good in business to under promise and over deliver, and you never want to do the opposite. So listen, hug, kiss, smile, and be there for the people you care about. Your time and your attention are everything. We all want to know that we're important to someone. So show your feelings. It's also important to pay attention to what other people want so you don't bother them when they need time alone. I'm a big proponent of, if you're thinking something complimentary about a person, tell them. Why would you hold that in? Why? On the other hand, if you're thinking something awful about a person, keep it to yourself. What's the point? Why bother voicing that unless they ask you for feedback? Next, try to be the kind of person you'd want to be around. That's really the theme of this entire episode. Focus your energy on being your best self. Before you expect someone to want to be your friend or your boyfriend, girlfriend, you should love yourself. What kind of person would you like to spend time with? Who do you enjoy waking up to every morning? Who puts a smile on your face? Who do you think of and immediately you feel more joy? Could you be that person, or would you have to change something? It can be scary, but it's worth it in the end. And change is happening all around you, whether you want it or not. So you might as well start changing in a direction that really is good for you. Next, share the love. Again, people don't remember what you say, but they remember how you made them feel. And it'll really be hard to overcome if that's not positive. So make them feel good. Supporting, guiding, and making contributions to other people is one of life's greatest rewards. To get, you have to be prepared to give. Next, show everyone kindness and respect. Treat everyone with kindness and respect them, even those who are rude to you, not because they are nice, but because you are. There are no boundaries or classes that define a group of people that deserve to be respected. Treat everyone with the same level of respect, again, that you would give to somebody you already love. Encourage others and cheer for them. I think this is a really big one. If you get into that ego where everyone's a competitor for you, that is a trap. You will be constantly on guard. You'll be feeling like everyone's the enemy. And the truth is, there's plenty of people out there for all of us, plenty of business out there for all of us. We don't need to be enemies with one another or compete with one another. Let's just be happy when somebody else is doing well, when good things are happening for them. Having an appreciation for how amazing people around you are leads to productive, fulfilling, and peaceful outcomes. They'll want to be around you more. Be happy for those who are making progress and cheer for their victories. Show gratitude and be thankful for others openly. What goes around comes around, and sooner or later, the people you're cheering for will start cheering for you. Boy, I experienced this just the other night, singing at an open mic, and a person who's never looked at me, never said a word to me, suddenly was gushing about one of the songs that I sang. So it's like, oh, that's so nice, because I really wanted that to be a good relationship. Next, forgive others and let go. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison. You end up hurting yourself more than the people that you have dislike for. Don't live with hatred in your heart or let your days be clouded by anger. It's just not worth it. Learn to forgive and let go. Forgiveness is not saying that what that person did to you is okay. It's saying, I'm not going to let what you did to me ruin my happiness forever or even further than now. Forgiveness is the remedy. It doesn't mean you're erasing the past or forgetting what happened. It means you're letting go of the resentment and pain, and instead, you're choosing to learn from the incident and move on with your life. Remember, the less time you spend hating the people who hurt you, the more time you have to love the people who love you, and they are the ones you want in your life. You cannot please everybody. Everybody's not going to like you. People will not like you because you're a nice person. People will not like you because you're pretty or handsome or talented or smart. It doesn't have to be that you did anything wrong. So stop trying to please everybody, but just treat those people in your life that you want in your life so well. Next, give what you want to receive. We're kind of back to that golden rule again. Don't expect what you are not willing to give. So if you've been looking for somebody like friends who will give you more of their time, be more open to doing things, adventures, but you're not currently doing that, that's an area to work on. If you want love, give love. And I'm not talking about just romantic love. That's just one form of love. I love my family. I love my friends. I love my coworkers. I love some of my acquaintances. Love is love. If you want money, provide value. It works. It really is just this simple. Another one is talk a little less, listen more, and pay attention to others. Most of the time, people don't need lots of advice. They don't want it. They just want a listening ear and positive reinforcement. For instance, especially with women, get really bombarded by advice. And in some ways, I think like a man in that way. And if somebody's telling me all their troubles, I used to want to just rush in and say, oh, you should do this, or you could do that. Have you tried this? Now I know better, and I just listen. And it's nice if you just listen, tell me what's happening for you, and pay attention, be tuned in, be empathetic. Wow, that sounds really rough. Wow, you're really going through a rough time. That must be so hard for you. It's the truth. That's what you're thinking. Hopefully, if you're an empathetic person, you're thinking those kind of things. That's all people want. They just want to express their feelings. What they need to know is often already somewhere inside them. You telling them your advice may just get in the way, muddy the waters. They just need some time to think, to be, and to breathe, and continue to explore the undirected journeys that will eventually help them find their own direction. It's kind of like in my work when people say, that was great advice. And I'll say, I don't give advice. I give information. And then it's for you to come up with what you want to do with that information. And maybe it's not even to take it into consideration. No harm, no foul. I'm fine with that. I'm just giving you the information you asked for, and then you can use it or not. Next, be your imperfectly perfect self. In this crazy world that's trying to make you like everyone else, find the courage to keep being your awesome individual self. I salute the individual. I'm so much an individual. I'm a little weirdo, a little bit. Just trust me on this in a good way. People enjoy spending time with others who are happy, content, and confident. Be who you are and own it. You'll empower others to do the same. Think about this. Do you really want to travel to a foreign country and have everybody look just like they do here, talk like they do, eat the same foods? I don't. What I love, I've traveled a lot around the world, and what I love is the differences. And it's the same with people. If we're all the same, it'd be such a boring world. We don't want that. We want people to be their individual selves, and that includes you. Work on being the type of person you want to be around. So when you're with others, you're still with yourself. When you wake up in the morning, you're with yourself. Lying in bed at night, you're with yourself. Walking down the street, you're with yourself. So what kind of person do you want to walk down the street with? You are the person you will spend the most time with in your lifetime. You can never get away from you. So what kind of person do you want to see at the end of the day before you fall asleep? And I'm talking about you. It's your responsibility to be the person you want to be with. And then you will find self-love, which is the ultimate in personal growth. It's important to surround yourself with relationships that lift you up, but first it's important to start with yourself. So one way that you can start to work on being the type of person you want to start meeting is surround yourself with positive people by following my podcast. Comment. If you're watching this on YouTube, comment. There's interactions between me and watchers and other people who watch my show on YouTube. If you join me on Patreon, I have under the Angel Room, I have a fabulous community there of people, and I've created a private group on Facebook for you so you can go in and chat with each other anytime you want. And I pop in, and I'll probably end up doing events in there. Interact with me on social media. If you don't have anybody else in your life who uplifts you right now, send me a message. You're always going to hear back from me. Anybody out there is going to tell you that's true. I check for messages and I respond because you're important to me. I look forward to connecting with you here and watching you shine. You are the type of person I want to meet. And I pray that I am giving you that as well. That's my intention, to uplift you, to have you watch or listen to my show. I know most of you are listening to the podcast and feel better and uplifted at the end, to feel hope, to feel like you got a new grip on an issue you've had. I want to be uplifting in this world. So thank you for helping me do that by being here and being part of this community. Tune in. Well, first off, I should tell you, I will be continuing this topic on Patreon. So you can join for free for 7 days. And what I'm going to be doing is presenting specific ways how to make yourself instantly likable. If you're struggling with being a likable person. This is going to you could just tune in right away, write these things down, boom, you've got it, move on, start making some new friends. But next Sunday, my topic is angels and self-doubt. And we're going to talk about how self-doubt plays within us and how angels can really change that within us so that we don't feel that anymore. They did it for me. I know they can do it for you too. In the meantime, may your angels surround you. May your angels protect you every moment, every day of your life. I'll see you next week.